normal stealer. Granted, that didn't work in the last game. But the thing that I kind of like what you're talking about with the tower pressure is if you take down all those tier ones and then sort of suffocate the Naga, then you're in a position where that hero that might not be a traditionally thought of counter does have some avenues to deal with it. The Legion Commander is going to be banned out now after the Bat got banned from Liquid. And I want to see what they do with their timing, because if you remember back to that draft that happened in series number 1, Liquid took a really long time for their third pick. So much so that it felt like that was part of the reason that the Enigma got through at the last ban, was because they had like 7 seconds left in reserve time. And then they just got outlast picked. So we'll watch for that.
It's Dire's turn to pick.
Right. Right. Well, no, I was meaning that, like, win that game, that Liquid just took a long time for their third pick, and it felt like that was something that then they overlooked something in their draft later. The Enigma itself wasn't like saying for this game. Yeah, exactly. So I just want to see if they have here like a super solid thought. So Lich has been picked, the most picked hero in the game so far, in this tournament so far, 18 matches. It feels like this combo probably can still get like more done than it used to, because Lich has like the gaze that he can use, but still this feels sort of like passive to me. I don't know how you feel about it.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
Dire should pick now.
Elder Titan.
It's Radiant's pick.
Imba Spirit.
All right. Let's do it. PL.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Totally. Well, it doesn't. There's not really a good answer either out of the supports for an Ember Spirit with what EG have right now. You have some pretty cool ways to be able to dodge away from glimpses with Ember, whether it's like remnanting through it if you can time it right or whatever. The only one that you really have to be worried about is getting caught out of a song into a static storm. And I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a game that we saw earlier in this series where an Ember got caught by that combination a couple of times. And I guess, yeah. And I guess now also getting caught out of Astral with a static storm could be a little bit of a concern. So we'll see how Quakefa deals with it. It might have been Mandy.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Yeah. It does seem more like a Mickey hero than a Quakefa type of hero. They could do a Ramses Naga if they wanted to. Right. It would mainly be if there's like some cheesy type of pick. I was thinking like if you want to do like Ricky again for Arteezy or something like that. That's true.
It's Radiant's turn to man.
Can't believe Doom made it that far.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's turn to pick.
I liked how you said that. It's the cycle of Dota. I can go get my dog. I don't know if it's the same.
10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. I
5 seconds.
swear every single time they run it out here in between games, I like let them out to go to the bathroom and stuff, and it's very hard not to just like let them in here, but I feel like they get very anxious when I start yelling at the computer. What do we got here, EG?
Night
Ooh.
Stalker.
Damn, that sucks for Ember. Ooh. God, that is some crippling fear. That is some spooky. Yeah, I'm really afraid of that Night Stalker. Holy snakies. How do you deal with that?
5 seconds.
Okay. I mean, to me, the scary thing is like I'm kind of afraid of Night Stalker going against the Ember now. Like I don't know if you can do safe lane Ember anymore, but then again, you can't do mid Ember either.
Choose your hero.
All right, let's go. Man, EG and getting Alked. Name a more iconic duo, honestly. I feel like this happens all. Right. Right. They need to make some adjustments for sure after that last saw, and they made them, and we'll see if it ends up working out for them. The other thing that I just like though about this EG lineup, and yes, Liquid I think have put together a better lineup than they did previously, but they kind of presented this problem in the OD. It's like he is going to punch you and then, you know, build up his own, you know, stacks of charges to drop his ultimate on you, and then he's just going to explode you. And then on top of that, the way that these fights feel like they're going to start out now is like Ramses running in, creating a ton of chaos, and allowing Abed to just build up those charges and then eventually drop the ultimate. So it feels like they're trying to make Abed's game a lot easier here by providing all of these different, like either a save from the Naga or, you know, whatever, just like all of these things, which I think is necessary for him.
Yeah, OD wants nothing more than to be able to sit there and right click. That would be his dream. And then obviously if he goes for the Ags route, he can get the double banish, get those stacks of the Sanity's Eclipse or whatever going for the bonus mana, and like you said, just drop the hammer. But I think that Liquid's lineup is actually, you know, it sounds kind of funny to say, but it's playable. Okay. Like, I felt like their last two lineups were not playable at all, and to me it showed in the games. But all right, rune contention up here. They obviously want to get the runes as they have an Elk. Yep. Trying to get as many as they can, fighting over bottom as well. And Boxy's gonna get it.
Okay.
So that's 3 for 1.
Nice. Can't kill the dead is the call of Insania. And what is Alk going to bring out to himself? Does look like Koikva is going to be playing at mid as we expected. And he's going to have that full bracer being brought towards him. Facing off against the OD. That's a little bit of a spooky matchup as well, I would imagine. I don't know. You're the mid player. What do you think about this?
These heroes are just going to hit creeps. Like, Abed's going to banish. He's going to try to deny the range CS. And then, you know, Koikva's going to throw out an acid spray and idly push the lane. What'll most likely end up happening is Koikva will be forced to jungle because he won't be able to contest the wave as much as he likes. And then he'll do some stacking, and we'll most likely see EG try to contest some of the stacks at some point. I mean, if the side lanes are going well for Liquid, that's actually going to help Koikva a lot. Because then he doesn't have to worry about, you know, randomly a support showing up and being a jerk to him while he's trying to get his jungle CS. Because the jungle, a lot of the time for Alk, is more valuable than the lane in terms of gold. Yeah. Because you get the Satyr camps, the Golem camps, the Troll camps, all these things that spawn other creeps, or just a large number of them. They're just dollar signs. Very, very nice for him.
We'll see if he's going to be able to retreat back to that, and also, of course, maybe his supports can get some stacking action while he's farming here mid against the OD. It doesn't feel like it's going to be super easy, at least top, for Mr. Insania to head off that direction, although they are putting in some pretty good damage onto this Night Stalker. He definitely feels necessary in this lane to keep things okay for Mickey.
Yeah, you can't leave the Ember alone here. It would just be, it'd be too much. At some point, you know, Insania might get too low, might have to like suicide or something to get his health and mana back. He does have a lot of mangoes though. So he's come to the lane prepared. He wants to cast as many spells as possible. Does need to be careful though. I mean, Night Stalker during the daytime isn't the spookiest hero, but he does still right click fairly hard, so you can't get too far out of position.
Fly is saving a point right now. Drops on that connect field to try and make the escape from Mickey, who's keeping some of that pressure on. And we'll get some extra damage now onto Ramses. Flame Guard wears off, but they still have a Sleight of Fist. Trying to keep him back with the Thunderstrike, and it will be enough with the Creep Wave coming in to stop that pressure. So, again, very back and forth in this top lane as far as the pressure goes, but so far, keeping it even in CS.
Yeah, I think the first and the second night phases are going to be really big for EG, as are, you know, they normally are when you have a Night Stalker. But I don't know, I'm thinking that a lot of this game is going to kind of be on Ramses. His hero is so unbelievably good against like pretty much the entire Liquid squad, minus I guess the Alchemist. But you know, he has some nice rotations. They get some bonus kills with Glimpse, and they could very easily just pull ahead.
Yeah, a lot of people talked about back in the day that like the old VP was always sort of trading off who it was that was going to have a really good game. And maybe Ramses taking over some of those ideas into this EG roster. It feels like giving him the last pick this game. It is his game to try and win it. But he needs to be able to get out of that laning stage okay to do it at the very outset. And it looks like that's happening so far for him. I mean, is there, you talked about the Vessel earlier. Do you think that that's what he kind of has to rush in this game? Or is there any chance that we end up seeing the Aghanims on him? Or is that build just like dead at this point as he gets the TP away?
I don't know if Aghanims is dead, but sometimes there are heroes that force you into specific items.
Right.
So, you know, like you're playing against Ricky, you want to force that. If you're playing against Morphling or Alchemist, you just want that Vessel so you can kill them even if they have ult on. But it also depends on how the lanes themselves are going. Crit is going to be dying here to the tower, I guess.
They TP'd back to try and get the experience from it, and while I was looking at that, Insania ends up getting the kill on the fly. So first blood being drawn by Liquid twice over.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage here. Ram's in trouble too.
Oh, yeah, getting caught. Extra bits of damage coming through, and the Night Stalker does go down right before nighttime. Now, the benefit of this is that you have the two heroes that were fighting for some pressure up here, both coming back right before the bounty runes spawn top. Although it does look like Ramses doesn't have a TP, so he's gonna have to take the long walk out there, and well, Liquid should be able to secure at least one of these two bounties then.
Yeah, this was one of the main reasons why I like the Lich Ember combo, is because once the Frost Shield is cast on the Ember, the Night Stalker can't turn around to hit anymore.
Right.
Your right clicks are basically going to do no damage. And then you don't do enough magical DPS to break the Flame Guard that quickly. It's going to take like, you know, a round and a half, 2 rounds of spells to really get the thing fully down. Like right there, he had full Thunderstrike, and he didn't lose Flame Guard. So that's just like residual damage that you're taking. You can't right click, and it becomes very overwhelming for the off lane of EG to be able to deal with that.
Boxy taking the punches right now from Crit, but Crit 2 dropping down fairly low. They get the pull back in, needs another hit, and they will get it. They kill off Crit, who is getting just a little bit too up close and personal. And now Arteezy also taking the punishment from Boxy. Moves in, gets another punch there. Taggy gets one as well.
Oh, Fly's gonna be dead here? Probably.
Nah, they just go down yet again. But if they manage to find a kill on a Mickey, this would make it worth it. Ramses in the nighttime needs another punch. Can he get into range? Insania with the body blocks the bottle up, trying to live Ramses. He doesn't quite get him. And now Mickey's walking back brazenly. What are you doing, Mickey?
Wait.
Excuse me?
Okay. You know.
Oh, man.
He could have just walked away. I guess. Oh man, the CP's done too. Oh, okay, that's actually really bad though.
That's not great.
That's an oof right there, I think is what we call this.
Well, just a little bit overestimating his power, and Insania now, since they know Ember's not going to be there, is going to get dove underneath the tower. Tagia moves in, tries to play interrupt, and might actually be able to get Ramses taken down as well. So Night Stalker dying during nighttime. A couple of different things, like it started with Crit going down bottom, and then overextension by Ember up top, and people feeling themselves a little bit too much in this game, it looks like.
Well, as long as the rotations are happening and they're not towards the Alchemist, I think that Liquid are going to be fine. Like if the Night Stalker's diving a tier 1 top, that means he's not running a Quakefa. He's got the triple stack of the large camp right next to the shrine.
Crit thought about it. He wanted to go for that Boxy, but doesn't decide to go.
Just a casual stapling. Nothing to see here.
He's a strong boy.
I mean, I guess he does have that cosmetic that doesn't make it really look much like a stapler, but anyone who's ever said that thing is a briefcase is crazy, by the way.
This is just a giant, like, what's it called? It's not a Macarena. What's the thing? The little.
I have no idea.
you shake it, you know, and it's got
Maraca?
like little Maraca. What is it?
A Maraca, the things that make like the.
Yeah.
I don't know what's inside of it, but it makes like almost a rain stick.
Yeah, that's what he's
something.
got. That's what he's got in this one. Look at it. It's beautiful. He's also got 75 damage. They're gonna go punch some people.
Wait, did they kill the whole stack?
Yeah.
Oof.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Uh-oh. Mickey again in a little bit of trouble, taking a beating, and they're still chasing. The glimpse pulls him back in. Ramses trying to chase him, and they find the kill onto Ember There's another big old stack that's there, and well, EG thought about going a bit further. Decide that's not the right play. Oh,
Is he gonna get him?
sick play.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Well done. Arteezy is going to need to TP back home, so that's not the greatest, but he keeps the illusions out there to last hit for him while he's away. And it looks like after stealing the stack, Crit continuing to just play the menace. Moves in, blocks the camp, that way they can't stack it. This ward getting double value.
How is this ward still alive?
I don't know.
That's my question. Like, how does that obs last a full duration?
Top lane Ramses again in some trouble as they get the fear pull back in, and he too is dead. So the safe lane's getting the better of the exchange right now between those offlaners, as Fly looking like he might be in a little bit of trouble and about to die. Crit, do they want to chase for this, or are they just going to stick around and try and secure the stack? Looks like that's more the call. Some more. Away from the big bad OD. We're getting close to those outposts.
God, they're actually gonna get both stacks, man. This is not what Liquid wanted. They can't really defend it either. They're gonna try to get whatever they can. I guess Mickey gets like a 2 creeps.
Yeah, maybe. Rooted. Abed's somewhat low on HP actually. They're thinking about chasing for this. Outpost going to get got. It looks like both of them going to EG, but maybe a chance here. Mickey moving in. They got to be careful. Ramses pops his ultimate. Can they take him down? He doesn't get his ultimate off. And now they pull back in Ramses. If Mickey gets out here, they are super happy with this, but that is not going to happen. And they just punch him in the face and take him down. So Ember for the OD.
That's not the worst trade. Again, it's just about whatever space they're making for the Alch. Whenever there's an Alchemist in the game, he's kind of the focal point in one way or another. Like in this case, EG, instead of trying to kill him, they just took 2 of his stacks, which is still, it's a really big hindrance. Might even in some cases be better than killing him. Because if you kill him and then he respawns and takes a stack anyway, then, you really didn't deter him that much. But now he's not going to have that juicy gold to fall back on. And as we say that, see some more stacking. The medium camp is what, 3 times?
Yeah, that was nice.
And the large camp is double stacked again. So they're being very proactive.
Chains come out now. Crit tries to walk away but dies to the sleeping Ember. Yeah, and I guess in that way, if you think about it, like Liquid lose those other stacks, but being able to pick these ones up kind of makes up for it. And now Ramses, no ultimate available during daytime. Song of the Siren to try and turn this. They have the Static Storm down as well. They're kind of grouped together. Is there enough damage though? They don't quite get the full all off. And Insania is going to be able to walk away, but they find who they wanted to kill in Mickey, who already goes down. They glimpse back in that Lich, and without level 6 Insania not able to turn around that fight. So EG streaming forward, trying to take down the captain of Liquid. Looks like they're not going to be able to get him, but they definitely turn that fight around.
Yeah, the big thing is too is like taking these engagements successfully when it's not even nighttime. Like they didn't have Dark Ascension, and it's not gonna be nighttime for another 3 minutes at least. So when they can play like this, and they're pushing Liquid back, and they don't even have to rely on that night phase, that's a good thing for EG. Very, very nice. Let's see. Quickfoot has got his Radiance. He'll have it in the next like 30 seconds to a minute for sure. And then the timer really starts.
Yeah.
That's when you have to start thinking about, okay, what items are we going to need to take this guy down? Ramses is going for the Vessel. He's got the Windlace and almost the Urn complete. But yeah, it's just timing now for EG. Like, can they stop this out from getting completely out of control? Because if they can, he will eventually, teeter off, as alchemists have a tendency to do. Because their biggest benefit is being able to accumulate a large amount of net worth quickly. They don't necessarily carry it that well, but they'll just have a lot of items.
Right. And that's the sort of way that you want to do it, is hitting that timing before the Naga Siren really comes online. Arteezy has had a pretty good game for himself so far. The top net worth on the Radiant, and being only 1,000 down to an Alch's not the end of the world, but it feels like this could be that moment where things start to really ramp up for Koikva, who has completed that Radiance now. Also hanging on to the Arcane Ring. One of the big nerfs that he got in the past was the mana regen on the ulti. So, you know, Arcane Ring helping to make up for that a little bit, as well as giving him a nice little bit of intelligence and armor.
Yeah, that's like one of the best. Actually, it might be, besides the jelly, like the best tier 1 item for him, besides like a shovel, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, shovel's so good.
Shovel bounty runes are, yeah. Bounty runes from the shovel is like the dream for that hero.
Outpost going to be claimed up top by Crit. While Insania trying to get up to level 6 on the Lich, who is going to be able to pick it up after this creep wave, it looks like.
Goes into 6.
And another round of stacking coming out from Mickey, who's been somewhat hampered in these early stages, but is catching up a little bit now, trying to build towards that Maelstrom.
Dire's top tower has some radiant.
Free tier 1 for EG. Liquid not really able to counter pressure at all.
Oh, look at this.
That's another thing that could be a problem here for Liquid, is the fact that they do need more time for Koikva to feel confident in walking into these fights. He's going the Blink Dagger route, so maybe he will participate a little bit sooner. But if you can't defend your tier 1s with an Alchemist, it becomes a problem, because you lose the mid tier 1, you lose a safe lane tier 1, then your jungle's like completely vulnerable. Then you have to start making like these weird movements around the map.
Yeah.
So against the Night Stalker, now that Ramses is level 8, like he's getting closer to his vessel, and the next night phase is about to come out, the playing of support are going to be a real stare down.
We'll have to watch and wait. See how they deal with it. Boxy needs to be careful though, as they have already popped the Dark Ascension. Looking for the chase here, but with multiple heroes nearby, and now Koikva showing up, they're going to glimpse him away. Trying to take this fight is a bad idea, as Ramses just gets eviscerated. That was with ulti used.
That was the kitchen sink. They just threw everything at the Night Stalker. Yeah, the Lich did so much damage there. That was a nice little combo of spells, and really important to kill Ramses like as the night phase, and like you mentioned, as he pops the Dark Ascension as well. I'm not really sure why he ulted there, by the way, because it was already nighttime.
Right.
Maybe he just wanted to try to run up the cliff or something, I'm not sure.
Maybe there's
yeah, that one hurts.
Not expecting everybody up there at the same time. Imkla picked up. Alk going to hold on to that one for the moment. But EG, I'm not really sure where you go at this point, right? Like, you used Dark Ascension, you lost that fight. Trying to out-farm an Alk feels like a lost cause, but what else do you really do?
I mean, it's not necessarily about out-farming him, it's just living through his power spike.
Okay.
That's kind of how I look at it, at least, because you do have an Naga, you do have an OD, the Vessel will eventually come out, probably not even before he has PKD, though. Like, he's got 2,000 gold towards it right now. They are going to smoke towards their own safe lane, maybe try to find a pick, not going to find anything here.
They see the Ember, though. Got him in their sights, chasing forward, Song of the Siren there.
Seen this one before.
Needs to be careful, and well, they bring in the Lich, but that was not going to be enough, as Mickey just going to get blown up, but the rest of Liquid shows up here. They are close at hand. OD not near enough to take a fight, and it looks like EG, after getting that kill, are just going to retreat, and Liquid regain control of this area. So a nice pickup there for EG, taking out the Ember.
Yeah, any kill, any map space they can take back is always nice. They were forced to like immediately retreat from bottom. They are going to go for the tier 1 mid though, which I would still say is a win. The most important tower on the map. Trading that for your safe lane tier 1 I think is more than okay, especially considering Liquid doesn't even have theirs. Yeah. Mickey flexing right now, trying to get him off the tower.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of them were sort of rotating over, so if they could find a catch there, it would have been good. This has, again, been moments where it feels like Liquid are kind of just being pulled around the map, place by place by place, as they lose Insania. 3 were running to try and get to him, but it feels like they're kind of getting outplayed around the map.
Well, in terms of maneuverability, I would say that EG's heroes have a slight advantage. Like, the heroes are naturally very fast, like the Night Stalker, OD's fast, Naga's fast. And then, like, Ember can be in a lot of places at once, so he's pretty mobile, but the Rubik and the Lich, not quite as much.
Yeah.
But they're still waiting for Koikva's BKB. As soon as he gets it, they're gonna immediately try to take a fight. They'll have all of their ultimates available. He's only like 600 away, which is like less than a minute worth of farm if he's able to get the camps.
That is a real tough timing to deal with. Absolutely. Maybe you just try and like sing and focus him down, but you don't really have damage to do that with if he's BKB'd. Yeah, options are few and far between.
I mean, the big thing is that they only have one save on EG, and it's going to be Abed's imprisonment. So if he BKB Blink Concoction someone, and OD isn't just there to banish the guy, then that hero just dies. And if it goes on Abed, then Abed's dead.
Yeah.
So it is scary because the only person who can protect them is that OD. And you have to be very conscious about where you're positioned and stuff, because you can't glimpse him because he'll be BKB. The song, like you mentioned, won't really do that much. It'll stop follow-up from his team, but it won't stop him from just, punching whoever. And with that Imp Claw BKB damage, it's going to be quite scary.
Boxy really far up here, but the rest of them are starting to show up now. Insania, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring down this Abba in time, and they jump forward. They've already used the save. Can they bring him down? Koikva pops his BKB. Abed going to drop, and he managed to take one out with him. So Abba is dead. Mickey moves in. Now his BKB charge used for the kill onto OD. They got one in return and don't manage to take down the tier 1 tower as of yet, but they will claim it now.
Yeah, that was the best case scenario. He saw the OD, and he saw his target straight away, so he knows, it's the same thing I just said. Since he's the only save, and he's also a core, it means you always stun him.
Right.
Because no one else can protect him. Sometimes there's going to be like an Abba, for example, or a Legion, or whatever, anything that is spell a stun. Ramsey's getting ran at here. It's going to be a goner.
This is the price of a bounty rune. In the meantime, RTZ still just doing the farm, baby farm type of game, which is what he needs to do. Diffusal Blade is coming out now. And he's 5k behind the Alp right now, who does also have an Imp Claw on top of all of his other items, and looks like he's going to be going back for the Mjolnir, actually.
Surprising that it's Mjolnir, not just like an AC. I thought he might go for the, Mjolnir is more damage.
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt, especially against Naga. Boxy getting chunked here by the Naga illusions.
Koikva jumps in, goes on to crit. Very far forward, but Song, are they going to try and punish this? They bring in a couple more heroes. They're wrapped around onto him. First Splitter coming down, landing onto him right at the start, but they force out that BKB and then just going to back out. Mickey, seeing if he can find this follow-up. Silence there onto a couple of them, trying to bring down Ramses now. They have the save in the moment in that Astral, but OD completely isolated. The Static Storm, it's a good bit of damage, but I don't know if it's quite going to be enough. They don't have nearly enough follow-up there, so EG lose the OD. The Naga Siren Illusions are doing some decent damage, but Liquid are not losing heroes.
That engage was really bad by EG. There's no way they should fight like that. Like the aggro Song, like this guy has BKB. Like what are you hoping to accomplish by doing that? You don't even have a stun after the stomp. Like there's nothing to stop him from BKBing.
Right.
So like going for that fight, sure you make him use a BKB charge, but he killed your OD and he took a tower. That's a good BKB charge. It's not like you just made him pop it and he just disengaged.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what EG were thinking with that move, honestly.
Maybe they just thought they could get out before anybody else showed up, but there were enough Liquid heroes in the area. Yeah, regardless, as you said, Koikva taking over this game, still just 5,000 gold ahead of the Naga Siren. I say just, it's a decent amount of money. But are they playing at the pace with which you feel like they're going to be able to end this game before Naga and OD really come online?
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Well, as they're smoked right now, I would think so, yeah. They're doing what I feel like they have to do. The execution, though, is yet to be seen, right? Like, do they win the fights? Do they get the Roche? Do they, secure the tier 2 or get like an outpost?
Oh, this is a nice way to do it. Jump on him right at the start. And as you mentioned, no save for OD. Abed goes down yet again. Glimpsing away Mickey, but they just keep the chase going. Double kill for the Ember. So just like that, they're going to back out, move towards Roche, and time after time, Abed keeps on being found. Can't be on the front line like that.
Generation.
Well, it was a smoke and a direct run-in, more or less. They're gonna go straight to the Rift Pit. This is a bit much. I think, for Liquid. I suppose if they had like 20 seconds left before he respawns, Crit's gonna scout it out with Spirit. Gets a sleep off on a quick thought. Okay, yeah, they're gonna scare him out. They really can't give this away. Even if this fight doesn't even happen, it's good that they force Liquid out of the pit, because giving away an Aegis at this point gives them a free high ground opportunity, especially considering how farm Koika is. Like, he's gonna have his Mjolnir in 1,000 gold, and he just bought his BKB like 4 minutes ago.
Scanning for enemies.
Yeah. He's super farmed. I don't know why he doesn't sell the bracer, but no, that's fine. He can do what he
It's
wants.
sentimental value, okay? He's had that bracer since the beginning. It's been with him through thick and thin. Well, mostly thick, because he's had a really good game, but...
Keeps on getting these illusion runes too. Yeah, he trades over, gives the M Claw to Mickey now. But Crit, again, gonna have his spirit into the pit, ready to stomp when the time comes. Sleep onto several. They're just gonna eat it, because there isn't really much else that EG can follow up with at this point. No Dark Ascension for another 70 seconds. Still probably the big thing that they would love to be able to find would be the Fly Aghanim Scepter. But yeah. What? He pops his
He did it.
Okay.
Yeah, he did it so they don't come in and try to, like, steal.
Okay.
It's okay. It's an 8-second BKB, but honestly, like I mentioned before, this Aegis can literally be a win condition for them.
Okay.
If they use it right and they siege, they get their lane of racks, that's going to be huge for them. Like, mainly because it opens up the killing of the shrine, and then you can control like one outpost on the side of the map so much easier. Like the top triangle on Radiant, you can just sit there forever and cut the top and the mid waves, and it's so hard for EG to walk up that hill when you're like controlling that point, and that Aegis can help him get there.
Right.
So I think it's fine. Better safe than sorry, as they say.
Yeah. I guess to me the thing is that even though there's all these moments where it feels like Liquid are, you know, taking a nice win, they managed to take down Abed over and over and over again, it does feel like we're still in that like holding pattern, waiting for the high ground push, and that's going to be one of the defining moments of this game. Like everything is putting Liquid in a position where they're going to be able to make that high ground push, but if that push fails, then things could maybe fall off the rails a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Like, the Naga is still very farmed. Like, a lot of people will look at this and be like, wow, this Alk's like 6k ahead, but that's just Alchemist. You know, that's what he does. He gets a lot of money. The Naga with the same net worth is going to be much scarier than the Alchemist. It's just a matter of, can Liquid end a game with that Alchemist lead?
Right.
Because right now, he is the lead. Everyone else is, you know, pretty much neck and neck in regards to net worth. It's basically his net worth that is the disparity between the two teams at this point in time. So, like you mentioned, one biffed high ground push, one bad usage of Aegis. You know, maybe they overcommit, maybe they dive a little bit too far into the base. It can all very easily turn.
Tower is under attack.
Especially with the BKB getting lower and lower duration, like 5 seconds. Unfortunately for Ramses, he didn't really have a good time with the Vessel because Koifa basically had BKB as he finished the Vessel.
Right.
But when the BKB's 5 seconds, the Vessel becomes better again because you can reliably put it on him during fights and you don't have to worry about, you know, the whole team fight being over during one BKB charge.
Yeah. Well, and I'm also thinking a little bit now about like this items. Rubik. Uh-oh, in some trouble. He's just dead. Gets caught out, and they're gonna throw out the Chain Frost. They're gonna try and chase them, but Arteezy is just gone.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah, very fast. Very fast fish, snake lady thing.
Yeah, it's like a sort of mermaid, but not really. Item-wise, did we end up getting any of the repair kit action for EG? Does not look like it. There was a
Someone
repair
has
kit that was
a-
dropped for Liquid, though.
Yeah, it's Liquid, yeah. I think the... Wait, who the heck has it now? Oh, it's Lich, okay. I thought the Rubik had it, but it's Lich now.
Okay. Koifa charging up his stun. Ends up stunning himself as they push down towards the mid tier 2 tower. So bottom tier 2 goes down. Liquid again, cleaning these ones up piece by piece by piece. Roche a minute and a half away. And are going to be able to take down this tier 2 without any objection from EG. Abed hiding up here on the top side, but Arteezy is the one that's making the plays right now, cutting both of the creep waves back here at the tier 2, tier 3 intersect.
Yeah, it's quite hard for Liquid to kill him. Very tanky to physical damage. Alchemist does a lot of that right now. He does have the Radiance and Mjolnir too, so he's kind of trying to solve the illusion problems. The one issue with his build right now is that he has 6 armor. So if he gets netted and his BKB is down, he is a hot stick of butter. He will just literally insta-die to the Naga.
Yeah.
Because Riptide's going to take 8 of that armor away, and then he's... is what we'll call it.
Well, and that's something that you're mentioning. That's the Mjolnir choice instead of the AC that we normally see. I wonder if he goes back for like a Shiva or something, or if he wants to go the AC route.
He may go like AC, he may go Butterfly or something. May go Abyssal. There's a couple of ways he can do it. I would honestly say that the game stalling out like this doesn't really favor Liquid though.
Dude, look at this! Just 2 illusions. All right, Crit's liking what he's seeing so far. Like, all right, Arteezy's got this. We'll see if they can make the carry happen, though. They find him for a moment. Chain Frost pull him back in. The fear is there. They got him caught. The stun is already out. Ramsey's trying to play interrupt. Can they make it happen? He's stunned for freaking ever. Oh my God, I haven't cast a curse that bad in a while.
You know, you really screwed him over there, Gabe. Good job.
Oh, jeez.
We're supposed to be neutral parties here.
Can I just say that I was also casting when Arteezy got clipped at the major?
Oh God! It was you the whole time, dude.
I'm sorry. Oh no. All right.
That's a really big pick. What is the ATIS timing here? Okay, it's already gone. So I was gonna mention that the game stalling out I don't really think favors Liquid because their other heroes aren't really getting the same amount of farm as Bot. We are gonna see an outpost fight here.
Rooted. Chase, just drop it on his head, why don't you? BKB comes out from Mickey. Abed, can he get out of here? They need to be careful. Sleight of Fist trying to dodge, has the blink in a second and goes for the TP. Let's see if he's able to escape from it, as Abed should be able to make his way out. But back towards mid, there's some action happening. DD on Quakebutt.
I mean, his chemical rate is gonna fall. Okay, Crit's still here. Yeah, he's dead. I think he got Sinister Gaze by Insane when he was trying to TP.
All right, 5,000 gold lead, remaining constant.
Wait, what is he buying? Oh, he's buying MKB. Okay.
Dead.
Oh, on out.
MKB for the Naga. Yeah. So he's going like full out offense. Like he just wants to kill the Naga. Because he's pretty much the only team, or the only person on this team who can at this point. Alright, Song in the Storm.
Down bottom, BKB still
Ags
pull down.
too.
Oh, and Ags as well. Did he have his Radiance queued up on the Ember?
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of Embers do this when the game just kind of stalls out. They just go back for an item that's gonna like just help them get more creeps, but I don't know if he's gonna stick with it.
Okay. I mean, I guess if you wanted to go like all out crazy build, Quakeva could like sell his Radiance later and just let the Ember take
he will.
it. So
He'll absolutely sell the Radiance because he got the cleave talent. Like that's kind of the natural transition for Alk is
right.
eventually you don't need the Radiance anymore because you take a level 20 cleave talent and then you get rid of you get rid of the Radiance for like an Abyssal or whatever other item you feel like you need.
Quakeva realizing that there could be some action coming his way, so he's going to blink back as EG was thinking about heading up that direction. They are going to smoke now. And as you mentioned, this sort of... It's weird to call Alkin a glass cannon, but he kind of feels like it because of that low armor.
Oh, he itemized that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he itemized to blow people up. He did not itemize to tank through stuff.
Yeah. It's a neat way to do it. Scan comes in from the Radiant. It is going to hit right at the last second here on Deboxy, as their smoke is going to be at a wear out point in just a second. They do spot a couple of heroes mid here. Do they want to go on them? Do they have another smoke? They have one
God,
more.
he's just dying to the Illus.
And they're going to see Boxy. That's going to be the jump. Taiga, though, gets the lift now onto Abed. Jump forward coming from Koikyo. Blink away. Stunned for a little while. They are not going to chase that. You talked about the game stalling out. It continues to do so.
Yeah, I don't really like it for Liquid, honestly. Like, your Alk is already peaked, you know?
Counterjacks.
Like, he peaked probably 8 minutes ago until about now, I would say, is when he's like about as strong as he's gonna get. Now he can still do stuff like buy Aghanim's for his teammates and stuff, which seems like he's already trying to do. But his relative strength in the game is only going to go down.
Yeah.
So that's the part about Alchemist that you need to remember, is that you got to finish the game, or at the very least you have to deal structural damage. Get a lane, get 2 lanes, you know, whatever you can.
Another smoke coming out now from Liquid. Crit, the one in the pit, who is going to break it. They find him immediately. The Naga comes out though. Song of the Siren is there. They got him caught. This is a problem and a half. Fly lays down the Static Storm, lays the wall as well. Ahmed on top of all of them. They get completely destroyed and now chasing for more. They don't have buyback on the Alchemist. They're going to try and run back in with the Ember, but I don't know if they're going to have the damage that they need. The Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. A nice blink away for the moment, but that's going to be Taiga still going down. Mickey jumps back in. Ahmed going to save himself for the moment. Now they get the BKB out from Mickey. They will not quite find Abed. He's able to blink away, juked me even. But he gets out, and now Mickey gonna be glimpsed back in. They have the catch. No, there's gonna be a Sleight of Fist. That's gonna keep him alive for the moment. And now Disruptor also gonna go down as the silence came there from Boxy. They're trying to hold on for the moment, but Insania also is gonna go down as Arteezy is shown up. They're gonna get the slowdown in a second onto Boxy. Trying to Aphotic Shield and walk out of here. But so far, so good for EG, who completely turned this game back around. They fought back on Mickey to come into this fight, but he's getting pistoled as my computer almost dies there, and somehow after the computer dies, the fight's being won by Liquid. They take down the Naga. Okay. Ramses jumps in, wants to take down Boxy. He's getting up in his face as well. He still has his ultimate. I don't know what you're trying to do here. But they managed to find another kill as Abed jumps over onto the side for Taiga. They get the banishment there onto 2. Mickey's still running. They lost Arteezy, but now they're going to win the rest of this fight. So one of the more chaotic moments. And Abed comes out the big winner.
Yeah, it was weird how that kicked off. It was triple buyback from Liquid. Then they start running into Arteezy. They realize like he's kind of isolated. The rest of EG wasn't behind him because obviously like Fly died getting chased down by Mickey, and then he just goes a little bit too far into the woods. But because they commit so many buybacks and so many spells to take him out, EG just come in with the cleanup. You know, Abed's Blink, double banish, sets up the 2 other heroes for the Earth Splitter miss, but it did set up for the kills. So that's really all that matters. If the ult misses and they still die, who cares? Yeah. And at this point, it's kind of like, when's your next power spike for Liquid? When is the next point in the game where your lineup becomes scary because your Alex BKB's down to a 6-second cooldown? And we've seen what the Naga does to him. It's not safe for TV. You can't do this to him.
God, and triple dieback on the Rubik, I believe the Lich and the Ember Spirit, and now Ramsey's pushing down this bottom lane. Roche is up. Naga's coming back on into this one. She has Song to protect the Aegis. And right now, this Vision just barely outside of it. Naga's gonna walk up to high ground. Hanging out here, trying to anticipate the movement. Is able to bait Boxy into position there. And now the smoke up, going for another round of this. They need to be careful. Insania tries to walk away and will be able to. Quakeva's kind of separated from the rest of his team. We talked about the lack of save on EG, but it's also a fairly large amount of lack of save on Liquid.
I mean, they do have a Glimmer and a shield. It's better than nothing. They are lacking Force Staff, though, for the net.
Yeah.
And kind of also for the Night Stalker, just like chasing people down and stuff. It's always nice to have that Force Staff. So
oh, God.
Scout out his Augs.
Banishment, Boxy taking the punches over and over. And right now, up to 7 charges. They're going to glimpse back in Boxy again. He's going to pop his ultimate, but that just means more right clicks, more banishments. You have to be so careful taking this fight. Now they have the sleep. They spot him out immediately. Abed's going to jump right forward. They have the Static Storm available on it too. The ulti's going to come down. Abed doing so much freaking damage. He doesn't even need to as of yet. They have lost the Alchemist. He's going to buy back, but now the glimpse, they pull him back in again. The stun is going to be out in just a second. If he wants to go onto one, can they take him down time? But the Astral is there to save a life. 2 of them, in fact. Now Quakefa trying to turn on to Fly. They find that kill, but can they get any more? I don't think so.
Yeah, another buyback committed, and they don't even get a fight good enough to walk back into the Rosh pit.
There's 18 charges right now for the Sanity's Eclipse, so they can't go into this without BKBs.
I mean, they can. Nobody's turning his face does. It's not going to be good.
That's fair enough.
He's got, he had like, what, almost 4k mana or something before his charges faded?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary stuff. And this is kind of why I was saying earlier, it's not really good for the game to stall. You want the first or the second Aegis for the Alchemist to straight up just end the game. If it can't do that, then there's a problem. Like, it's either like an itemization problem, which honestly, I kind of see where Quick was coming from with his build, but I think if he's not strong enough to walk up the hill, they can't win the game.
Right.
Like, he has to be strong enough to walk up the hill, and I'm guessing his thought process is, if I kill the heroes, then I can walk up the hill, and that's fine, but they couldn't get kills.
Right.
So now he's not strong enough to walk up the hill, and they can't get kills anyway. And Abed's positioning in the last couple of fights has been really good. He's been able to defensively banish. He's got his BKB. Liquid are going to smoke here. They're probably feeling a bit desperate.
I mean, I'm also just like thinking about the normal items that you would like see on an Alchemist, right? So Shivas or Octarine Core, other things like that. And that's like armor, and then also that mana pool, because right now he's only sitting on less than 900 mana. So you drop this hammer, and it's gonna look really, really bad. They try and take this fight. The Song of the Siren, they got all caught out. The triple flag and drop it right on their dome. Get on over here, killing everybody off. Abed chasing for a bit more as Mickey just tries to run out of here, but it does not look like it is going to happen. Holy moly, me oh my. EG are taking this.
I think that's just GG, honestly. Like, neither of your cores have buyback. You're gonna get racks. You do have 2/2s, I guess, in other lanes. Boxy's gonna be dying here too. I don't know. I feel like Koifa maybe should have just gone for a more traditional build instead of just going like all-out damage, because he can't even tank the Naga illusions. Like, he just dies to them.
Yeah.
And I mean, sure, there's always the worry of, oh, we can't kill the Naga, we can't kill the Naga, but the other side of that argument is, if you're like 2 items ahead of the Naga, she can't kill you if you itemize for armor and health. You know, like if you have an AC and you're just hitting the tier 3 tower and she sends some illusions at you, it's not going to bother you nearly as much. But if you only have 6 armor and the illusions touch you, you turn into, I don't know, you just die. What do you do?
You're just getting sliced, man. Getting sliced.
He almost died. It's a 25k net worth out that almost died to 2 Naga illusions.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, that is a problem, okay? If you can't even, like, kill the illusions because they hurt you so bad, I think it's a misstep this game to go to build that you did.
But the other thing too is like it feels like they were in a position where maybe if they would have like pressured earlier to try and take high ground or something, like there's so many different things that we could potentially point to, but it's also EG taking advantage of those misplays, making sure that they didn't take those fights that other teams might have been baited into, as Ramses is going to pop his BKB and try and back out of there. I think EG like perfectly understood what their draft needed to be. As another song comes out here, they got the static storm, just going to drop it onto Mickey. They are not afraid of these other heroes in the least bit, as he is going to drop. They also are going to get the banishment as soon as that ultimate comes out for both of them. Abed waiting to drop the big old hammer onto a head, because why not? Walks on forward, and Abed, the large man in charge in this game. Oh, the Hex, the precast Hex. Oh, he catches him on the backside, forces out that BKB, drops the ulti on Boxy. And now they get the glimpse back in to take him down another time, because why not? Impressive showing from EG in this game number 1 as they take down Liquid.
Yeah, I think, I mean, Liquid obviously has played better. I think that their idea was really solid, and I think it showed that they were in the lead. They actually had an opportunity to win, whereas earlier their lineups, I never felt like were ahead, you know? But you kind of hit the nail on the head. EG never felt super pressed to like run in and just fight, you know? They never felt super threatened by the Alchemists. They're like, hey, look, we're just going to bide our time. Eventually we're going to get to a